How you doing, Benjamin? This is Wayne. I had reached out to you on Twitter
Hey,
like
Wayne,
a
how's it
couple
going,
hours
man?
ago. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going? What's on your mind?
Doing all right. I have a couple of things. The first thing I wanted to start talking about is the Democrats and the Republicans, and I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. It's like it seems like the Republicans they play dirty, act dirty, and talk dirty, and then expect others to act civilized. Like I said, they act dirty, play dirty, and talk dirty. But then if the Democrats
Yep.
turn around and act the same way, the Democrats get condemned for it. And some may try to write that off as, oh, it's politics. That's what they do. But it's like, I don't understand it. It's like, how can you say
Hmm.
one thing on the record, but then off the record proclaim something else, you know?
Yeah.
And and I also wanted to talk about the election, which was really on my mind all last week, like most of us.
Yeah.
And my issue wasn't that Hillary lost. That was not my issue. My issue is that Trump said all these things during his campaign. He, said all these things about women, immigrants. I mean, lots of horrible things. And for the majority of our country to essentially turn a blind eye to that
Yeah.
and still vote for him, that's something to this day I would never ever truly understand. I mean, I don't get it, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, I actually do get it, man. Thanks for the call. I'll break it apart for a little bit if you don't mind. And tell you what I think. I'll answer the second question first and the first question second. I totally get how people could look into the abyss and say, that's okay. That's fine. They could look into the empty void of Donald Trump's character and the empty void of Donald Trump's intelligence, quite frankly. Like, I'm not just saying this to be an asshole to Donald Trump, but Donald Trump's not too bright, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, let me stop. But Donald Trump is not that bright, right? He's had to get or request top secret clearance for his son-in-law because he wants his son-in-law to be in on the daily briefings, which goes to suggest that he either has not the capacity, the wherewithal, or the desire to process information on that level. Everybody rich is not smart. Everyone successful is not smart. And I think that's the fitting description of Donald Trump. But I kind of went off on that tangent, but people looked at his level of ignorance and said, this is our guy. They looked at his level of bigotry and say, oh, shit, he's okay with us. That's just the kind of guy we like. They did that but they did that in a complete rejection of what they have been told was a politically correct culture, right? Donald Trump is the super virus of political incorrectness. President Trump in particular. And I mean, this is what happens after years and years and years of people, I mean, hell, I don't even know. I have so many examples. I don't even know where to start. Just go online. Just go online. Don't even go to Tumblr. Just go to Twitter. Go online. Go to Facebook. I mean, there is a politically correct culture that has run amok. And in response to that, it's for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction, right? You're going to get a backlash. Not everyone is going to bow down to your demands of political correctness. And I'm not saying this as a means of dismissing political correctness or dismissing identity politics. I think they both have their place. But when you constantly use it and you don't use it sparingly and you don't respect the adverse effects of using it on a regular basis, you create a virus that cannot be treated, and not a virus, I guess a bacteria, right? By antibiotics. You create a super virus. You create something that, and Donald Trump is that. That's how that's how half of America was able to look, because they are completely, all day long, they've been called a racist. And some of them are racist, right? But it doesn't matter if they are. If all day long you're called a racist, eventually you're going to be like, oh, hell, I'm a racist and I want a racist. So what? Racism doesn't mean anything when everybody's a racist. So that was the first part. The second part, hell, what was your first question? I'm getting old. What was your first question? So the first question was about Hillary and it'll come to me. When it comes to me, I answer. But that's the first. That's the thing with Donald Trump and how people were able to look into his void of substance and void of integrity and character and say he's perfectly fine. This is what I want to say about that also. Everybody is doing this now. This is the new thing. Anything Donald Trump does that is out of the ordinary or unacceptable, which I agree, they are out of the ordinary and it is unacceptable. But everything now they label it as, quote unquote, this is not normal. Don't normalize this. Okay, got you. But I'm seeing it 12 times a day. I'm sure other people like, and we say, oh, well, you're just in your butt. No, everybody's online. Everybody's on some form of social media. And you're hearing it in the mainstream news where all you're hearing now is this is not normal. This is not normal. Don't normalize this. Well, here's the thing. If everybody is saying this is not normal, eventually people are going to say, you're just saying that. And people become numb to it. It's desensitizing. We are becoming desensitized to everything, not just being desensitized to identity politics, not just being desensitized to political correctness. We're being desensitized to white supremacy, and we're being desensitized to actual facts and truth. Like the truth doesn't even matter anymore. I don't know I don't know if I'm not sure if we actually can survive as a human race. I mean, bump Trump, we'll be fine in the next 4 years. I'm talking about long term. Like those are some human traits that are very sketchy, that are very destructive. And I'm kind of questioning humanity, but you know,